Hey, Heather.
Hi, Marla.
Hello. Okay, so this is What the Fuck Wednesday. And today we have a special guest. This is Heather.
Hi.
She's one of my favorite people in the world. She's also my backup singer. She's so talented. So yeah, so we may sing a little later, we may not. Suspense. Our event today is about dating in Vancouver.
Get ready.
So tell me about your most recent situation.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Yeah. We might use names.
We might. We should change them for asshole confidentiality.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not changing mine.
My most recent dating experience. So I was recently seeing this guy that I told you about him. He kind of just like ticked all the boxes.
Yeah.
Like after dating in the city.
I need my box ticked.
Right? That's what I need.
Get it.
Yeah, we met and kind of hit it off right away.
Where did you meet?
Online.
So online dating. Because men in Vancouver don't speak in public.
That's true.
If you see, hey, you're in the supermarket and you're like, that kale looks so good. They're like, ah. And you're like, I'm not trying to like harvest your sperm. I was asking you about kale.
Yeah, it's true.
Chill. Anyway, so we have to meet online.
Yes.
Continue.
So
So
we
he
met
checked your box.
Check my well, I was hoping he would one day.
Right.
So we'll see. But my mom's probably gonna watch this, by the way. So
Hey, Debbie.
Mom. It's okay. I live with her. She knows everything anyway. Yeah. So we met and had this amazing first date and hit it off and had all these things the same in common and saw each other like 5 times in a week and a half. And
Gosh,
it was
amazing.
Just going
You're like,
really well.
it's going great. When is it gonna fall apart?
Yeah, I made the mistake of telling some of my friends I was in love, so that was what happened. That derailed it for sure. I mean, I wasn't actually, but you know me. I'm in love with like a cucumber.
With me.
Well, maybe not a cucumber.
Ooh,
that's
bad. Sorry, Debbie. We'll edit that out.
Okay, let's cut.
We
cut,
won't.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, and then basically, you know, that thing happens where you're like, oh, it's so cool, and then just like slowly, you hear less and less and less.
Did you find that like you felt like you started to let your guard down and be a little bit more forward, or like a little bit more? Like you were saying more things?
We were both super vulnerable, and that's why I felt like I could share because he was sharing.
Yeah.
Like, super personal
and then as soon as you start to share, they're like, bye.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
What is that?
Exactly what happened.
It seems to happen all the fucking time. Oh, this happened to me too. I had this guy. I didn't have him. We went on a date. We met online, of course, because no one speaks in public in Vancouver. His name was Brian Thompson. Very generic name. I think he might be dead. He's probably dead, so it's fine that we're using his real name. Yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah, anyway, so he came to my gig the first night and he was like, whoa. And then I drove him home to the West End. I think he's straight, let's hope. Maybe that's what happened.
That's gotta be what happened.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, and then we went out the following night. We went to An and Chi, which is one of my favorite Vietnamese places here in Van. And we closed the place down. He's so funny, so good looking. Yeah. We like had the best time. We cried. We were laughing so hard we were crying. It was amazing. Walked me back to my place. We like made out for a bit. And then he left and I guess died?
Probably died.
And it was the same thing, like I went into work the next day after our date and I was like, oh my gosh, I met a dude. He's so amazing. I didn't say love, I didn't say marriage because who needs that? But I was just like, it was amazing.
Yeah, I remember
and
that
then
day.
he disappeared. Then we matched again, which I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Why are you matching with me? Swipe left. Swipe left. If you see my face and you've ghosted me, swipe left. Yeah, so I said, I'm like, we match. And I say, we never slept together. This is why the joke is funny. So I said, I'm pregnant, it's yours. Prepare yourself for the responsibility of fatherhood. He was like, oh my gosh, I had a feeling, you know, that would happen. It was funny.
Into like
so we were witty banter. Yeah. And then I said, I totally thought you ghosted. That's so funny. Again, gone.
Yeah.
Gone. Dead. Gone
Because
to the island of broken dreams.
You forced him to own up to something.
Yes.
And he didn't want to accept it.
So here's what it is. Expectations.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers will say on their profile, no expectations, please. Oh, do you expect to have sex mit me at some point? Do you have the expectation of machen wir Leben mit me?
Yeah.
Then we both have an expectation.
Yeah.
I expect that you're going to treat me with respect and like a human being and not just like, you know, a warm body. Hey-o. So you have an expectation that I'm going to physically be vulnerable to you at some point. So maybe we should figure this out.
Yeah.
No?
It's so brutal.
It's so brutal. The thing is, we have this problem. How many of our friends?
No, like literally
every single woman
and we're not
in Vancouver.
talking duds. Like we're talking like attractive,
Like, look
smart.
at me, though.
Of course, all
Hey.
this. But like successful, intelligent, charming, amazing women who are all saying the same thing. Like it's
so
not.
this guy said to me, I drove him home. I have this Genesis coupe. That's a very small steering wheel. It's a small steering wheel. I drove him home to his place that he has a roommate in the West End, which means, please, ruh-roh. So then, roommate in the West End means not necessarily that he's same-sex oriented, but that he maybe doesn't make a lot of money. So then he came to my place, which I live in by myself. And because I'm a server, I had a lot of cash sitting on the table. So it looked like I dealt meth. Basically.
As you do kind of right now.
I do right now. If you need some, I got something for you. I will be your hookup. Anyway.
You're mine, so
I mean, your teeth might fall out, but it's a good look.
It's fine.
So then he told me, he goes, I find it really intimidating. And I was like, I'm a server with a useless college degree, so you need to pump the brakes. Don't be intimidated.
That's not why he was intimidated. He's intimidated because you are like so confident.
A force of nature. Get up.
They don't
freaking
like that.
life. No. You know what they like? They like the little ones. They like the little humans with the little body and the little energy that fit in the archetype from like 30 years ago.
That's true.
They're like, oh, make me a sammich. Don't say words. I'm like, nope.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's an empathy issue as well.
Yeah.
I think, especially like with dick pics and everything, I just can't. So then, this other dude, we'll call him Tofino, which we do. Yeah. And I met him. I was working, I was serving, and he was so fantastic. He was so tall, so good looking.
So interesting.
So
This is a
great.
fun
We
time.
had such a good time. He hit on me, waited for me to get done work until like 2 a.m. We like hung out, kissed in the rain. He's like, come upstairs, nothing will happen. We'll just like hang out. We talked all night. We had so much fun. And then we like, anyway, he was a complicated mess of a human being. I wonder if the problem is, just like this dude, just like Tofino, a lot of these guys smoked a ton of weed in their teenage years.
Yeah.
And they say that when, especially males, smoke a ton of weed, when their brain is still developing, their emotional intelligence gets stunted. So then you have an expectation that they're going to treat you like a human. Their system gets overwhelmed and they can't actually follow through.
Yeah.
As soon as you say something where they think you're going to disappoint, they're going to disappoint you. Yeah. So like if I say to you, when am I going to see you again? They go, and they cannot respond. And they disappear.
Yeah.
You're like, motherfucker, just tell me.
Well, that's the thing is that I think a lot of men in the city just think that we're these like fragile little sparrows
Oh, you think so?
that they have to hold, and that we can't handle.
Oh,
the
I
truth.
wonder. Or do you think it's that they are just terrified of us?
Yeah, it's that too.
I think it's in my experience, because of who I am. I think I'm terrifying. But I think it takes a man to be like, oh my gosh, I like that you have opinions and you are a fully formed human being. Yeah. Whereas these guys, they're like, they don't realize where they fit in, and so they don't really know, what to say or what to do. Yeah. And when they're afraid they're going to disappoint you, they're like, what's going to happen? What's she going to say? Am I going to be able to handle it?
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, let me talk to you about the idea of guys like meeting someone they like and then kind of just wanting to keep them as an option, like keep them on the back burner, keep them available. It's exactly what happened with this guy. Like, I felt like I was just kind of in his back pocket, and he just got busy and didn't reach out. And then when I reached out, he's like, "Oh yeah, hey, I've been busy. Hey, like, how are you? And like shows interest again. But then when I called him on it, I said like, "Hey, I haven't really heard from you. So are you still interested? If not, like, all cool." I gave him an out. Yeah. And he basically turned it around on me and was like, I said I wasn't looking for a relationship.
You're like, loser. I'm not saying I want a relationship. No. I actually wanted a booty call.
Yeah. And didn't get it because he freaked out. And I'm like, what the hell?
Here's the thing. My friend Brittany, who is a force of humanity. Hey, Britt.
Hi, Britt.
She says, if you got time to take a shit, you got time to text somebody back.
It's not that hard.
It takes 2 seconds. For me, I'm like, I know that your phone is sitting next to you on the fucking couch while you are like playing video games or watching Netflix or whatever. I texted you. I don't care. I don't need like a treatise. I don't need poetry.
No.
Just treat me like you would your friend.
Your friend.
Just be a human being about it. Don't be like, oh my gosh, if I text her back right away, then
she'll want my sperm.
Well, right, and it's like it doesn't have to be a staring contest. It doesn't have to be a pissing contest or like a power struggle, right? Just be normal.
Yeah.
Like I just get so I'm weary. Okay, so we're creating, ladies of Vancouver.
Attention.
We are creating a manifesto.
Yeah.
That we all are gonna sign because we need to retrain these fucking idiots of how to treat us. And that means if you get a dick pic and you say you like it, you're out of the club.
So out.
You're out.
Like I'm gonna throw you on the street.
That's it.
Kick
Great
you.
upper body strength.
Kick you.
Kicking and punching, all the aggressive
Said that
things.
I'm so not aggressive.
I know.
So
I know, you're
I
like the least aggressive. So, here's what. The manifesto will say, the rules of engagement with dudes. If a dude is amazing and then he fucks off and disappears for more than how many days?
I would say like a week.
Yeah,
is
more than a
probably the
week.
time that
If
you're
he
like,
goes for more than 5 days, five business days.
just gone.
5
for
business
5
days.
days.
If he does not text you or initiate for 5 days, then you are no longer allowed to see him. That's it. He's done. Because they will come back as soon as they feel in the ether that they have lost your attention.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, what you doing? Thinking about you."
Hey, it's like 12:30. You want to come over and suck my dick? Am I supposed to say that?
Well, Debbie's
Can I?
watching.
Oh,
I don't
sorry,
care. Live your
Mom.
life. Just live your life. Live your best life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're gonna call you as soon as they realize that you may not be on their bench of possibilities anymore. They're gonna call you to get you back in the fold. Exactly. So my point is, no.
Don't do it.
No more of that shit. You say to them, I'm sorry, new number, who dis? Right? Or you just go like, oh, sorry, I didn't hear from you, so now I'm living my best life. Bye. No more.
It's not
because
good.
we need to retrain them because they're lost, which is why they freak out. Retrain them that if you don't want to call me, okay. But it means
Make
you're
a
choosing.
decision.
You are choosing by not messaging me or calling me for days, even though I've seen that you're online, motherfucker. I have seen that you're online. I have seen that you've been looking at my pictures. I see you.
Yeah. Manifesto.
So that's number one.
Number
2, if you get a dick pic, delete that dude and send your friends all a picture of his penis, along with a screenshot of his Tinder profile so they do not swipe right on him.
Totally.
Yep, bye. You are out. You're in the penalty box for 6 months if you send a dick pic because all of the women are gonna be like, no. So yeah, so I recently met a guy who lives far, 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 far away. And he's a good human being. And so I'm like, I can be patient with, oh my gosh, so much.
Yeah.
So much. Like I'm like, oh, you know what? It's probably gonna work out just fine. Even though it's like the most complicated situation ever. But because he's a good human being, I'm like,
You're willing to do that.
I'm willing to be like, yeah, let's see. Let's investigate this.
Yeah.
Right? Because so many guys in Vancouver have fucked me over that I'm like, you're a normal, like empathetic human being and you have a penis.
Yeah.
Oh my
Weird.
freaking goodness. But the thing is, the guys in Vancouver have trained me
Yeah.
that as soon as I don't hear from him for like 24 hours,
Like it's over.
48
It's
hours, my brain is like, start preparing yourself. It's done.
Yeah.
He's dead. It's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
You know, send some flowers anonymously to his family.
Yeah.
You know, because you're like, that's what you've been trained to do. And then they're like, these bitches be crazy. I'm like, no, motherfucker.
Why do
We
you
were
think-
normal. We were very fully formed, balanced human beings before we had to start dealing with this imbalance of emotional shit that you're bringing to the table.
That's true.
You come in and go like, this is so fun, you're so great, I'm having such a good time. And then you disappear.
Yeah.
And we're like, what happened?
The worst thing too, because I was talking to you about this guy that I was seeing, because I kind of called him on it.
What's
I
his name?
name? He's Australian. Let's call him Aussie Joe. Yeah, I called him on his shit and just said, like, what's the deal?
Because
and
you were intoxicado, so you were very brave.
I was very drunk.
I was like, stop texting.
She did. She warned me, but I did anyway. And, you know, it all fell apart. But I had made the decision to call him on it because I was kind of thinking this isn't going to work. You know, he's being ghosty. And then as soon as it was over, I said to myself, oh, fuck, I just ruined that. What did I do? That could have been something amazing.
Yes!
Oh, I spoke my truth. And what if I had just shut up? What if I had just said nothing? Maybe it would have been fine. It's like, no,
maybe he would have totally changed his personality and his behavior.
He would have been
He would have stepped up and been this knight in shining armor.
No, it wouldn't have happened.
The thing is, ladies, say your shit. Another part of the manifesto. Speak the truth.
Yeah.
Stop being polite and nice. Stop filling in his emotional gaps just because you want him to fill in your gaps.
Stop worrying about looking. Up top.
Ayo. So that's what we do, though. We go like, okay, what does he need?
What
and don't
can I say
anything that's going to make him uncomfortable or that's going to upset him. Which means then, when he like disappears, you're like, okay, I think I played that perfectly, but he's gone. And you have never said it. Here's what I do. If I'm with a guy, not like in the biblical sense, but like, let's say we're going on dates and I don't really love it. I'm like not super into it.
Yeah.
I don't ghost. You know what I do? I will go, I'll find all of the lovely things about him. So I dated this guy. Let's call him the Chosen David. Because that's what we call him. So Chosen David, nice guy. Got some quirks, but nice guy. So I then, when I end it, make a lovely list of poetic things that I like about him, which are true statements, and say, it's not going to work with me. I don't really feel it. I'm not really feeling the connection, but I think that you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lovely things because I don't want him to hate me because I'm female and I've been trained that way by the patriarchy.
Yeah, definitely.
But also because I know how it feels when someone doesn't necessarily maybe feel it or maybe doesn't want to disappoint me or is a fucking coward and disappears.
Yeah.
So I would rather somebody be like, Marla, you're amazing, but this isn't going to work. Do you know any women? I feel like I know so many women. You know what the going thing is in Vancouver right now? Is can we take the Kinsey scale and just tick, 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 tick a little to the right? Yeah. And then we'll just be with each other and just bye, enough.
It's getting to that point.
You know what? Dudes, keep it up. See what happens.
Yeah.
See what happens. Because I'm tired. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So like I don't date in Vancouver. This one still has hope and downloads the things. I won't do it. I'm like, I will download it. I'll lose my faith in humanity.
I believe
by like well, yes, but in 2 days you'll probably download it again.
Yeah, I'll probably get bored, but...
So you think I'm doing it because I'm bored. And then a week later, you're taking it a little more seriously. You've met somebody who seems cool. You're having the witty banter. And he hasn't shown you yet that he's exactly the fucking same as every other guy. And you're like, this is going to be great. I found someone wonderful. Yes. And then you go on one date, or maybe you don't even go on one date. And he turns out to be exactly the same as every other Vancouver dude. Yeah. What is that?
It's really weird.
Okay, so ladies, 1, if they make you wait more than 5 business days to reply to your shit, cut it off. No more. It's done. 2.
Me kicking people with my...
Ow. 2, if you get a dick pic, done. Cut it off, not the penis, metaphorically.
Right.
Cut it off and send it to your girlfriends along with his Tinder profile as a public service announcement.
3, speak your truth.
3, speak your truth.
Stand up for yourself.
If he is being an inconsiderate jerk, say to him, bro, you're being so inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Because if Heather, which she would never do this to me because she's a 6 on the Enneagram. So if Heather ignored me for a week.
Yeah, like completely.
I would be like, are you okay?
Yeah.
And then I would be like, that hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
You know? Or if it's a dude, I would be like, I thought we had a really good time. What's the deal? Yeah. If you're hurt or if you're pissed off, we're so afraid to be angry.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I know it's acceptable to cry for women, but not acceptable to be angry because then you're crazy.
Yeah.
But I feel like, be angry.
Yeah.
Say your thing. If you're pissed, be like, dude, I'm so annoyed with you. I really struggle with anger. I don't get angry very easily. I do it with my friends.
Yeah, when we talk.
But with dudes, very rarely will you see me angry. Generally, comes out my eyeballs, and then I'm like, oh, I'm over it.
Yeah.
But I wish I was better at saying to a guy, this is not really cool what you're doing, and cutting it off before you think, like you did, and like we all do, you think, if I cut it off, it was probably about to get better.
Yeah.
It was probably, right? Tomorrow, he was about to text me and be like, I've changed my mind. I want you forever. Right?
Never happened.
And the thing is, dude, I'm not looking to be your fucking bride. I'm fine. I have had a lifetime of dysfunctional marriage in my vicinity, and I'm good. Maybe someday I'll get married, but when I see you and I'm like, this is so fun, thanks for the spring rolls. I'm not trying to say, buy me a ring.
Yeah.
I'm literally saying, these were good spring rolls, Ann and Chi. Their spring rolls are so freaking good.
So good.
Ann and Chi, hook it up.
They
Pretty
should
good.
pay us for
They
this.
should. Ann and Chi. Anyway, which is what? Maine and 17th? Maine and 18th?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, check it out. Friggin' good Vietnamese food.
Very good.
Anyway, Vancouver dating is the worst. I've lived in Asia, Calgary, lived in the southern states. Even when I lived in Asia, I had better luck dating. Lived in Korea, where no one spoke English, where like I was like less than 1% of the population was English speaking. And I had better luck with dating than I do in Vancouver.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Good.
Remember, my boyfriend in Korea was an idiot, but he was very handsome.
Nice. Well, that's good.
Oh, I hope he's watching. Hey, how's that taekwondo going? Anyway,
This has been great.
this has been so good. I feel better. Do you feel better?
I do.
A
I
weight
do.
has been lifted.
You do.